Hello, F-sharp. Welcome to another chat. This chat is going to be a little different than the previous ones. It's going to be a channel update and also a little bit of a personal update for what I'm doing vocationally. If that doesn't interest you, please feel free to stop now. I will not be offended. For those of you who are still here, it's an exciting time. I am well into the Introduction to F-sharp series, and honestly, I think I'm actually only halfway. The other day, I had my notebook and I was just kind of sketching out all the things that I wanted to cover. I'm like, oh my goodness, like I have quite a bit here to go. And I also have plans for intermediate and advanced materials. I'm not quite sure how I want to structure that because the form they take is more of just a deep dive into different aspects of F-sharp. So those might end up just being like little mini series of 2 or 3 videos focusing on a particular thing. So going forward, my plan is to actually continue the cadence that we have been on. 5 videos a week related to F-sharp programming. One of the videos will be part of the engineering deep dive series. Right now, I'm doing a fast dictionary in just F-sharp. And the idea with the deep dive series is that I want to simulate the feeling of us pairing on a project, us sitting down and me taking you through what it looks like to take a piece of code, have benchmarks, profile it, reason about what is it doing, and then figure out how to make it go faster. And that's one of those things that I always really enjoyed when I had someone to pair with and having mentors. And so I'm trying to now offer that back to the F-sharp community at scale. It's really difficult to just do it one person to one person. So I'm like, okay, I will do the best I can via recording videos and then soliciting comments and providing feedback on those. And I try to respond to every single comment. So if I haven't gotten to yours, I'll get to it, I promise. So that's going to be the Monday releases. It's typically those engineering deep dives. Tuesday through Friday will be the other types of series. I haven't locked in what I want to do. Right now, it's all dedicated to the Intro to F-sharp series because I'm honestly just wanting to pump out a lot of material so that there's an abundance for brand new developers to find. One of the challenges I believe we face as an F-sharp community in growing our community is having enough beginner material easily available. There are some fantastic courses on Pluralsight by some real F-sharp experts, people much better than me. You also have Kit Eason's class on Udemy, and I know that CIT offers some workshops which are really fantastic. So there are some. What I'm trying to do is just add the material that I can, because when I started as an F-sharp developer 10 years ago, there wasn't much. There's a couple books. There was I think Functional Programming in .NET by Tomas Petracek, and there is some videos on Channel 9, but there wasn't much. Fortunately, we now have a lot more material, and I'm just trying to show that the F-sharp is a great language in the best way that I can, which is recording these videos and just seeding the internet with more material for those fresh, brand new developers to find. Because to grow the language, I don't know how many more language converts we are going to get. And what I mean by that is someone who is already productive in another language and is curious about finding other languages. I don't know if we're going to convert many more C# developers. I mean, and that's great when that happens and when other people are like looking like, hey, I'm tired of this language, I'm looking for a new one. That's kind of the migration of developers from one language to another. I'm not sure if that's the best strategy going forward. What I think would be better is to instead really target brand new developers, people, in college, or the person who's wanting to better themselves and get a job in tech and learn a brand new language. The biggest thing for me when I was picking a new language, I mean, features were an aspect, but just having any kind of training material was critical. And so the more we have of that, the more we create that bridge for the brand new developer to start with F Sharp from the very beginning, the better off we will be. And I realize my intro series is not quite that. I'm thinking about like a from zero to F Sharp dev series, which is like even like fundamentals of programming in F Sharp for that brand new dev. But that's gonna be a different series. But I think that we need to kind of cultivate that for people. So my intention for the channel is to really target that group of people and make it easy to get started as an F Sharp developer, just through an abundance of examples and an abundance of material and an abundance of mentoring that I can do at scale, because I can mentor a lot of people this way by recording things, getting feedback from you, and then kind of working out kind of a lesson and walking you through the thought process. So that's fun and fantastic. So that's kind of the update on the channel. Things are going to kind of keep going the way that they're going. There's going to be a lot more material. Eventually, we're going to introduce some more advanced features of F Sharp, some more advanced deep dives. I also plan on a F Sharp internals series, which is just talking about how F Sharp maps down to IL and then how IL maps down to x86. But that's kind of way off. On a personal side, so this is where things get a little bit more interesting for me, and this is where I will need your help. So at the beginning of this year, I had a discussion with my employer, Simulation Dynamics, and they're a fantastic company. I love working for them. Last year, we developed a discrete rate simulation engine, a very cool piece of technology. It's 100 times faster than anything else in the industry for the type of simulation that it does. That's great. Now what they need to do is actually market that and sell it to enterprises. And those are huge customers. And I'm not a marketing guy. So they don't really need me at the moment. Now, we had a discussion, and what we agreed to is like, I will go down to half time. So I still work for them, but I get to maintain my health insurance, which is a big deal in the United States. And I still do some project work for them, just not nearly the volume that I did before, but my income has dropped. So the intention is to take that time that I now have and start to develop as an independent developer. And what I most want to do with that is to be a resource for the community so that we can grow the community even more. So I need to figure out how to monetize this so I can continue to care for my family. And right now I see kind of 3 different ways of doing that. The first one is creating targeted courses for F Sharp developers. A couple of examples are, I want to do like a 2 to 4 hour course on zero allocation F Sharp. How would you write F Sharp code so that it has no allocation? You don't incur any garbage collection. That can be really useful in high performance scenarios and is broadly applicable. Another course I'm thinking about doing is kind of advanced F Sharp data structures. So like the use of arrays and lists and maps and sets and like how best to use them and all the functions that are available in them. And the idea with those is that they would be these short targeted courses. They'd be relatively inexpensive, and you can just kind of pick and choose the pieces that you want. And so one of the questions I'm going to ask you down below in the comments is like, hey, what small targeted courses do you wish existed for F Sharp? I don't think that I can make a living creating that. I don't think the F Sharp community is large enough for that at this time. Hopefully we will get there. I don't think we're there yet, which means I need to do some other work as well. And the other 2 ways I think that I can help the F Sharp community is, one is as a kind of performance engineer on retainer. Now, there are projects where the performance of it is critical, and you don't necessarily need an engineer whose full-time focus is on performance engineering of your software, but you would like to have that skill set available and on retainer to be able to come in and help you when you're having some kind of performance problem, or you want to make sure that something is designed from performance from the outset. That is something that I can do. I've done it before. I really enjoy doing it. And so I see kind of having that type of engagement. I'm not necessarily building something for you, but I'm coaching, mentoring, pairing with people to kind of level up the team and help them develop an expertise in F-sharp and performance. The third way is actually just building something for someone. Now, my particular domains of expertise are financial optimization and supply chain optimization. And I actually, funnily enough, 2 people have reached out to me already asking me about being able to kind of build some algorithms and some optimization tools in F-sharp for them, which is fantastic because I'm able to kind of leverage my background in industrial engineering and financial optimization, but also have the focus on F-sharp and performance. Oh, and so that's how I see kind of paying the bills for now. Long term, I would like to shift to even more on the training and mentoring side, but I think the reality of the size of the F-sharp community at this time, like the market isn't quite there yet. But my intention is through the YouTube channel is to grow the market by creating the resources for the brand new developers. And I never want to monetize that. I want to provide that resource for free for people to help bring people into the community. So just making it easy, because I had some really incredible mentors when I began as a developer. I was writing Groovy at the time, which was interesting. But those people were critical for my future success. And so what I'm hoping to do with this YouTube channel is to provide that mentoring, provide that coaching for people to get into the development community, to get into the F-sharp community. And so my hope is by being able to supplement my income, well, make up the loss of my income through creating targeted F-sharp courses, through providing performance optimization retainer services for teams, and to have project work where I'm actually building things for people. I'm hoping between those 3 things, I'm able to sustain this pace and be able to shift more and more to the training side of things and creating content for people to be able to learn F-sharp and learn how to write fast F-sharp. That's really the dream. Lastly, I want to say thank you to the people in the comments. The internet can be a pretty harsh place, but the comment section for Fast F-sharp is not one of those places. I have received and quite a few very kind comments, and I'm very grateful. It means a lot. So thank you. I enjoy doing this. I enjoy helping people, and I want to say thank you for your encouragement. It means a lot to me. So that's all I have for this week's chat. Really appreciate you. Thank you so much for spending some time with me. And like I said, down in the comments, what workshops are you looking for? What courses are you wanting for F-sharp on these focus problems so I can create these kind of nice little tight courses for you to kind of level up your F-sharp game. Thank you very much, and you have a wonderful day.